chaos and calamity ensue in the last SmackDown Live of 2016 as 3 championships are on the line, a massive return for John Cena, and an even more massive main event amounts for SmackDown at the Royal Rumble. What the hell happened? We're going to cover all this and more on this week's edition of the Smackdown ReBound. Hello everybody, my name is Connor, aka OKayFabe, your official OneWrestling.com and One Wrestling Video YouTube channel, video correspondent for SmackDown Live, and welcome back to another fantastic edition of the Smackdown ReBound. Of course, you guys know who I am. I'm Connor, aka OKayFabe. Follow me on Twitter at OKayFabe and keep up with all the fun shenanigans as I tweet during Raw, SmackDown, and all that fun jazz. But of course, we're right here on OneWrestling.com and of course, One Wrestling Video YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, share the video to the world, and let us know what you guys thought of this week's SmackDown. And this was an amazing SmackDown. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, or go ahead and hit us up on the various social media. Make sure you give all the love to the entire OneWrestling.com family on social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, all the links for everyone, including myself at OKayFabe, Big Ray, the entire crew over at Big Slam Nation, and of course the legendary, the iconic one himself, the legendary Mr. Bill Apter. You can follow all of us on our Twitter links down in the description box below. This SmackDown was known and touted as the Wild Card Finals, where we had 3 championship matches, and honestly, only 3 matches in this entire show. But I have to say to you guys, in all honesty, from this person's personal opinion, this might quite possibly be the best SmackDown of the entire year. 3 championship matches that saw a new champion's crowned, and just absolute, just sheer, chaos, questions, and just... holy cow, the SmackDown was awesome. The SmackDown was amazing. Okay, pressure, listen, calm, quiet. We kick things off with the return of none other than John Cena, who came in with a rather, and I don't want to say angry promo, but very, very vilified, very, very determined. He was asking why he was back, and he was here to make a statement and make the claim that a lot of people are claiming that he is still a part-timer, that he's got 1 foot in WWE and 1 foot into Hollywood. Well, he says this new era is nothing but BS, and says that he is here to make the claim and make the statement and remind everybody who exactly he is. And he even goes out and says, guess what? I'm going to be challenging whoever the WWE champion is by the end of the night. I will be challenging them for their championship at the Royal Rumble. Why? Because he's John Cena. Very different promo from John Cena. And some people say, oh, he's turning heel. I don't think he's quite turning heel yet. But certainly it's giving us a glimpse in a different side of Cena that we have not seen, at least in quite some time. And honestly, I am all for it. There's been a lot of rumors and speculation going around as far as what's going to happen. I'm not going to get into that one, but I'm going to let you guys decide and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. We're going to get back to John at the end of the video or the end of the review because there's more, obviously, with implications from the triple threat match for the WWE Championship. But we kick things off with one championship match, the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Team 4 Corners match. That's the longest match name I've ever had to remember off the top of my head for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Randy Orton with Bray Wyatt in the corner, defending against the Usos, American Alpha, and of course this first SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, Heath Slater and Rhino. This matchup was a perfect way to kick off SmackDown. Lots of great action, intensity, just chaos, which is exactly what you guys get from a Fatal 4-Way or a multi-man matchup. Of course, you guys know the rules. Any tag team can tag in anybody else. It was very smart that the Wyatts kind of chose to decide to stay off in the way out of the way, which... not sure why anybody else wouldn't do that. Essentially, anybody can tag in anybody at this point. Heath Slater and Rhino were the first ones to go, all them sent by the Usos. And I'll be honest with you guys, I could have sworn I would have put money down on the fact that I thought that the Wyatts were going to walk out as still champion. Remember, they have not been the tag team champions for very long. They only recently lost the tag team titles. I believe it was back in TLC. I could be mistaken on that one, but they haven't been champions for that long. But lo and behold, miscommunication ended up costing the Wyatts the tag team titles. As Randy Orton looked to put away Chad Gable on the top turnbuckle, Luke Harper looked like he was coming out to actually assist, but ultimately Orton accidentally hitting Harper, allowing Chad Gable and Jason Jordan to hit the Grand Amplitude finisher, and thus becoming the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. To say that I was excited and actually, I might have thrown the cat. I have to go find that animal. I might have thrown my pet cat, I was a little overzealous and excited, but yes, American Alpha are finally the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, third ever in the inception of the championship, and I am super pumped and excited. I really didn't see this coming, folks. I would have put money down, cold hard-earned cash, that the Wyatts were going to walk out still as champions, but lo and behold, miscommunication is finally starting to see. We might see the dissension of Randy Orton as part of the Wyatt family. I think it may be only a matter of time until ultimately Randy Orton turns on the Wyatt family, but who knows? Who's to say? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section here below here. But man, American Alpha is so pumped that they are the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. We then go on to our second championship matchup, which was Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch. Now, this matchup itself was very, very hard-hitting, very rough, very solid, but very confusing. And I needed to kind of take a few moments to kind of process exactly what just transpired. But essentially, here's what went down. Ultimately, Becky Lynch went to go for and actually slammed Alexa Bliss's arm, and looks like it almost dislocated her shoulder, or her elbow rather, and just looked like all sorts of nasty. But even more confusing, La Luchadora, yes, the same masked wrestler that Becky Lynch portrayed last week, ended up coming to ringside, distracting Becky Lynch for a little bit. But that was Becky last week with the thing and the mask and the hey, how you doing, the thing, and just the what? This is confusing. This is really confusing. But ultimately, the distraction allowed Alexa Bliss to get her elbow popped back in, apparently, and allowed her to get a roll-up to retain the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Very confusing, and then all over Twitter and social media, people are wondering who the hell is La Luchadora. A lot of speculation as far as who could be. It doesn't look like anybody who could be on the main roster. Alexa Bliss thought it was the Sasha Banks or even Nia Jax. Really? She really thought it was Nia. Come on now. Well, Alexa Bliss claiming she doesn't know who it is, but I want to know who you guys think it is. A lot of speculation online. I'm curious to know who is La Luchadora. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. A couple things that happened backstage during the course of the show. The Miz does not want to be interviewed by anyone else other than Renee Young. Of course, alluding to the fact what happened last week where Renee Young slapped The Miz, but ultimately he got his wish. Renee Young interviewing The Miz only to be ambushed by Ambrose. Easy for me to say. Ambushed by Ambrose dressed as a security guard that was ironically guarding Miz's door throughout the entire evening. All security checks are clear. Speaking of which, they will be fighting once again for the Intercontinental Championship next week on SmackDown, which should be quite a treat to say the least. Backstage also, James Ellsworth was being interviewed about his injury still being recovered after what happened to him from AJ Styles when Carmella, of all people, was actually saying he finds him oddly attractive? What the... I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But I have a feeling we're going to find out one way or the other. Any case, last thing, a bit of backstage news. We found out that Nikki Bella will still confront Natalya in some way, shape, or form next week after what Natalya revealed as far as her attacking her at Survivor Series, costing her her space in the 5-on-5 matchup between the women on Raw and SmackDown back at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Now, on to the main event, the triple threat matchup between Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. This matchup was just absolutely fantastic in every sense of the word. What I really enjoyed this one was, I was looking forward to AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler because they're very similar in styles. They're very similar in terms of the way they move in the ring, their movements, especially use of their high-flying abilities and their leg work. But adding Baron Corbin added a completely different element to the mix. And Baron Corbin, in my mind, was the true MVP of this matchup because it showed to me that Baron Corbin has an ability to really be a top star, a top main eventer, a top caliber, or even a WWE Championship contender, obviously being in this matchup in the future. I could definitely see Baron Corbin being a SmackDown WWE champion sometime in 2017. We saw some great double team action with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles working together at one point to take out Baron Corbin, and then ultimately still getting back in the ring. An amazing spot where Corbin hit the end of days on AJ Styles while Dolph Ziggler jumped up and hit a zigzag on Baron Corbin at the same time. It was just crazy. It was insane. It was nuts. It was everything I dreamed of. It was just amazing. It was phenomenal, if you will. Baron Corbin hit a second end of days on Dolph Ziggler, only to turn around to a phenomenal forearm to allow the phenomenal one AJ Styles to ultimately retain the WWE Championship once again. Of course, it was not met by unheard ears as John Cena came out to the ringside area and actually got into the ring and gave AJ Styles a firm handshake, once again proclaiming that he is coming for AJ Styles. And the match is set for the Royal Rumble in 2017. AJ Styles, John Cena once again, but this time it's one-on-one for the WWE Championship. I gotta tell you guys, this SmackDown from top to bottom, a lot of people online were saying that it felt like a mini pay-per-view, and it's hard to really argue that. Granted, only 3 matches were on this entire card. There were no other matches other than the 3 championship matches. No in-between, no filler, no squash matches, no nothing small. It was just these 3. The real key thing that I liked about this particular SmackDown is the importance of the championships. Championship matches, obviously with SmackDown being limited to time constraints, you have them under for 2 hours, even under that with like an hour and a half when you take away commercial time frame. So realistically, you don't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of stuff. But they gave each match an ample amount of time to exactly do what they needed to do. So it was great to see no, corners cut, but they really made, each championship match and each match this evening feel that much more important, which is exactly what they needed to do. And honestly, all 3 matches, in my opinion, blew it out of the water. We saw new tag team champions in American Alpha in a shocking moment that I didn't think we were going to see. We saw a great, solid matchup between Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, which just added a new surprise element, and a shocking one with a dislocated elbow that just had me question what exactly they're going to do now. Cute segment with Miz and Dean Ambrose, ultimately again setting up their Intercontinental Championship match next week. And the triple threat matchup, I cannot stress how great it was. It was so good. And again, ultimately at the end of the day, the big thing for me was seeing how Baron Corbin could hang with the big boys. John Cena's bizarre promo has me intrigued and even more interested to see exactly where they're going to go for 2017 in SmackDown Live. Like I said, guys, this SmackDown was really hard for me to top. I think this is probably one of, if not the best SmackDown of the entire year. But I want to know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to once again for another edition of the Smackdown Rebound right here on OneWrestling.com and One Wrestling Video's YouTube channel. It's time for you guys to let me know what you guys thought. What did you guys think of this week's SmackDown? And more importantly, favorite match, favorite moment, and overall in 2016 as far as part of the Blue Brand, I want to know what you guys thought was a great, awesome moment for the SmackDown since the brand extension. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. I want to take this time to thank you again for an awesome, amazing 2016. This has been quite a treat, of course, covering SmackDown since the brand extension here on OneWrestling.com and One Wrestling Video. Can't wait to see what is in store for SmackDown Live in 2017. It's going to be a fun ride, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Wish you guys a safe and happy holidays, and, of course, a happy new year in 2017. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast, and we'll see what SmackDown has in store for next week. Intercontinental Championship and so much more. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to wrap things up here again. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, and share, and of course comment down below and let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and of course, to quote the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches.